Hello, I'm John. Thanks for coming. Today we are going to practice the IELTS speaking exam. The test will be in 3 parts. In part 1, I will ask you a series of questions across 3 different topics based on your life and your experiences. I will give you 15 seconds for your answers. In part 2, I will give you a topic. You will have 1 minute to read the topic and prepare some notes. And then I will ask you to speak for 2 minutes on that topic. In part 3, I will ask you some questions related to what you spoke about in part 2. I will give you 30 seconds for your answers. Let's begin. Part 1. First, I'd like to ask you a few questions about where you live. What type of neighborhood do you live in? What does your neighborhood look like? Do you have a favorite place or building in your neighborhood? If you could, would you prefer to live somewhere else? Okay, let's move on to talk about playing games. In your country, are board games popular? What kinds of games do you play? How are games taught in your country? Do you think games are beneficial? Now I'd like to talk about travel. Do you like to travel? Have you traveled anywhere? Do you like to travel with friends or family? Where do you most want to travel to? Part 2. In a moment, I will give you a topic. You will have 1 minute to read the topic and to make some notes. Are you ready? I'd like you to speak about a restaurant near your home. All right. Now, I'd like you to speak for 2 minutes on this topic. Please begin speaking now. Thank you. Now let's move on to Part 3. Part 3. In this part, I'm going to ask you some general questions related to what you spoke about in Part 2. I'd like to begin by asking you some questions about healthy and unhealthy diets. In your country, do people generally eat healthy or unhealthy foods? Are the special cultural dishes in your culture healthy or unhealthy? Why would people prefer to eat unhealthy foods instead of healthy foods? Now I'd like to talk about how governments could change dietary habits. Do you think increased taxes on fast food outlets and junk food would help people eat healthier? What is more effective for changing dietary habits? Public pressure or financial pressure? Why is it more expensive to eat healthy foods compared to unhealthy foods?